We're doing it. I feel like it's been so long, even though I did decorate my entryway last year in Florida, but you guys know the journey I've been on and it just feels different for me this year. I was pretty sad last year because I guess I was just obviously very much missing home. Now I'm home, so I'm feeling the Christmas spirit a lot more this year. And we're gonna kick off my Christmas decorating in my home with my entryway. It's usually the very first space that I always start off with because it is the space that you immediately walk into, and it kind of sets the tone for the rest of the house. And this is my entryway. I have the original setup and everything. I'll link it down below in case you have any questions on where any of this is at. That's gonna be in that video. But we are gonna get to decorating. So we're gonna leave most of this, like, you know, the mirror and obviously the table and the lamps, but we're gonna get all this decorated. We're gonna hang a wreath. I always love to usually decorate with new styles for you guys every year just to give you fresh new ideas. However, this year I actually did not purchase anything new for this entryway. I looked back at the past years and how I decorated. I also do this from an inventory perspective. I just kind of get to see what I have in my bins without having to open them. And when I looked back, I really liked how I did it last year, even in Florida. So I'm gonna basically do a similar setup to that. I'm just ready. I'm ready to get this place feeling like Christmas. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I wanna do is actually remove the items that are not gonna be part of decorating. And in this instance, it's going to be my decor sign and this greenery. The greenery is lovely, but it's kind of giving more of an everyday and even like a spring summery look to it. So this is what we're gonna work with. Now that my space is prepped, I am going to go ahead and add my command hook. This is just easy to remove on and off. And I'm going to place it in my mirror because I'm gonna add a wreath. I wanna add the wreath first so that I'm not having to like reach over and do any of that. Yeah, I don't know if that makes any sense, but we're just gonna add the wreath first, and I'm gonna determine the placement of my command hook. And here is my wreath. I don't know how this honestly made it. I packed it like this, I pulled it out like this. It sat in a pod, hot pod for 3 months, but here she is. Just like my last entryway. I love it, not a thing that I want to change about it because these are still my traditional Christmas colors. They also kind of give somewhat of a nod to, for me personally, Ralph Lauren with that navy color and the emerald color, and also plaid. I feel like my plaids have red, green, and navy in it. And then the burlap bow kind of also ties in the farmhouse for me. So I feel like it just works in all my elements, and we're gonna just hang it on the mirror. I'm home, y'all. She's home again. You know what I mean? Now that I have that done, we're gonna work on the tabletop. So now I'm gonna pull out my garland. And I'm also gonna have to get another like extra outlet because both of the lamps are using the 2 that's down there, and my garland has the lights, so I gotta figure that out. But we're gonna get the garland out, we're gonna fluff it, and then we're gonna decorate it, and we're gonna add decor. Found the extension cord. So I have what I think are 2 garlands meshed together from Walmart. What I have found is that this is simply the cheapest way. But I do think that 1 strand of garland from Walmart is just too thin for what the look I personally like. I like a very full look. So what I do is I just layer them. It's, again, very cheap way to do this, but we're gonna add another layer. So let's go ahead and grab that. And this one, well, am I? I've actually been sitting here contemplating if I want to add another set. So this would essentially be 4 strands of garland from Walmart. So if I were to remove it, I'm working with this, but I also have to take into account that I'm adding tabletop decor. So I think this actually might be too much. So let's go ahead and remove this, add some lights to this. Decide to swap out the garland. So I'm gonna use this one because it's longer. So we're gonna work with this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add the string lights. Next up, I'm gonna add my bows. I did this last year and I really liked the look of it. So we're gonna add my red bows. This is my main color, so that's why I chose red as the bow. So I'm gonna add one to each end of the table. And I'm just gonna secure it to the garland. Now last year I had these trees. I was wondering if it was gonna be too much with all of this, but let's add it. If it seems like it's too much, comment down below and let me know what you think with or without the trees. But for now, let's go ahead and add them into the decor. I have one more, which is a large brown tree. Put him in the center. I could always do the reverse, actually. I could do bigger and then a small one in the center. I think this actually looks better because these trees are blending in with the mirror, so it's not looking too busy, but we're still gonna proceed with this. Next up, we're gonna add the ornaments, and that's really gonna be the final touch. But comment, let me know if you think I should remove the trees and just keep it without them. So I have my bucket of ornaments. These are also the same exact ornaments that go on my main Christmas tree in the living room. So this entryway will really tie in with that part of the house. I always like to work with one color at a time. I don't also like to equalize the colors, meaning if I'm decorating in navy, green, and red, I don't want an equal amount of each bulb. So I want a bigger amount of my main color. So I'm gonna start off with my reds first. I'm gonna have more reds than I am of green and than I am of navy. Then the second color, which is green, that's my next main color. That will have a little less than the red. And then navy is my third color, and that will have even less than the green. So that's just my little tip. And I'm gonna get all the reds in first. And of course, I gotta finish it up by doing a little bit of vacuuming just because of all the fallout from the garland. And this is the 2023 Christmas entryway. I love it. Obviously, the Christmas decor is the exact same as last year, or maybe the trees were like reversed, I don't really know. But I did do the bows, I did do the garland and the ornaments, the same wreath, but the mirror and the setup, the foundational setup is what's different. But I really love it. It definitely is going to flow throughout the rest of my house. So whenever I do the house tour for you guys, you'll really be able to kind of like see how this, you know, plays into the rest of the space. So comment down below, let me know what you guys think about the Christmas trees. I feel like without it, it would look really pretty, very classic, very simple. So I don't know, I might play around with it, but I also really like them. I feel like either or maybe, I don't really know. But again, comment, let me know your thoughts. This probably sounds like a little too much, but I could even like switch out my lamps in the future and have something a little bit maybe more Christmassy, but you know, I tend to want to like turn my house into the North Pole. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and got any ideas for yourselves, and I'll see you guys for the Christmas media room. That's coming up next, so stay tuned. We're gonna change out the movie posters. We're gonna do Christmas movie posters. We're gonna put a tree in the media room. It's gonna be a candy cane theme, and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. So don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys there. Bye.